I'm Cody Keeler. This is the Home and School Partnership, enhancing all support networks for our students, starting within the home. This presentation is in partnership with ICANN. How were we supported? I'm sure we can all imagine a time when our parents or caretakers or guardians became involved when we were having a difficult time in school. For me, that was in college. I was never a 4.0 student, and my parents knew this, so they would often call my coaches to ensure I was up on my schoolwork and going to classes. My parents were very loving and had very high expectations and were always there to support me. And it's due to this largely that I graduated college with good grades and was able to finish. Parenting styles can take many different forms. This chart shows how different parenting styles operate and several defining characteristics of each. For example, an uninvolved parent might use phrases like "you're on your own" and will often be absent, neglectful, or uninterested in their child's education, while uninvolved parents demonstrate little warmth or control. Permissive parents might use phrases like "you're the boss" and will set few rules and have low expectations from their children. Permissive parents demonstrate high responsiveness but very little control over their child. An authoritarian parent will often give little explanation on why things should be done, but have very high expectations and demands while exhibiting low warmth for their child. An authoritative parent is one who demonstrates high warmth, care, and holds high expectations. These parents will have clear standards, are responsive, and yet still assertive with their children. Talk a bit about parental behaviors as predictors of student achievement. I'm sure many of you already take these steps and probably more, but this is just a great checklist to compare your actions to. First is the creation of an encouraging home learning environment. Next is communicating high yet reasonable expectations for achievement with your support. Finally, staying informed, involved, and engaged in your child's education. These are all fantastic ways to set your student up for success. A bit about the importance of being involved in your child's education. To start, students with supportive parents are 81% more likely to graduate from high school. Being a supportive parent means being there for your child every step of the way, cheering them on, and providing the guidance they need to succeed. By becoming involved in their academic life, you're showing them that their education truly matters. Students who discuss school courses with their parents have 44% higher odds of attending a post-secondary education. There are numerous benefits to actively engaging in and discussing with your child about their schoolwork. These benefits include a significantly higher likelihood of attending post-secondary education. When you discuss your child's school courses with them, you gain a deeper understanding of their academic interests, strengths, and challenges. This knowledge then allows you to provide targeted support, guidance that will help your child make informed decisions about their future educational path. Students who lack academic support and supervision are 34% more likely to drop out of school. Without your involvement, your child may struggle with their schoolwork and feel disengaged or disconnected from their education, which can make them more likely to drop out. Academic involvement can include activities like helping with schoolwork, discussing things that happened at school, and monitoring their overall academic progress. Students with involved parents have a 98% average school attendance rate, which contributes significantly to academic achievement. A high attendance rate has a major impact on your child's overall success and academic achievement. When students attend school regularly, they receive consistent access to learning opportunities. Each day in the classroom presents new content, opportunities for discussion, and interactions that contribute to their intellectual and social development. Regular attendance also ensures that your child won't miss out on important lessons, instructions, or collaborative activities that are crucial for their academic progress. More benefits of intentional involvement: improved academic performance and outcomes for students, increased and sustained student motivation and engagement, enhanced social and emotional development, and finally, a more supportive and enriching learning environment. Now, let's talk about the systems that surround our students throughout their education. First, we have their microsystem. This is a system of people, groups, and institutions that play an immediate and explicit role in a child's life. Parents, a child's home life, siblings, teachers, and friends all fall into this category. Their mesosystem is their individual microsystems that do not function independently, but are interconnected and assert influence upon one another. For instance, if a child's parent communicates with that child's teacher, this interaction may influence the child's development. Finally, we have the exosystem. This layer defines the larger society or setting in which your child does not function directly, but still experiences decisions and events that affect them directly. This layer impacts the child's development by interacting in some way with some structure in their microsystem. For example, a local government may pass a law that impacts a child's after school care, or even their school directly. And while this is out of the control of the child, it may have a great impact on their development. Let's talk a bit about the home and school systems and intentional parental involvement. Fostering parental involvement in education is crucial for a child's academic success and overall development. Research consistently shows that when parents and schools work together, students tend to perform better academically, become more motivated, and develop more holistically. Ways to nurture that relationship between the school and home include encouraging regular parent-teacher meetings and contact. Also, involving parents in school activities and decision-making processes. Providing resources and guidance for parents to support their child's education. And finally, knowing what resources we have available to us. Let's talk a bit about creating an encouraging home learning environment. Here are several steps that we as parents can take to provide our kids with an encouraging home learning environment. First, having a routine and minimizing distractions gives your child a place to study and learn at home. Secondly, building independence and self-directed learners. We can be present, engaged, and interested in our child's education to show them that it matters. And finally, we can celebrate their successes and achievements with them to help us connect them to their education. Whose opinions are valued most by our children? Well, yours. Parents have an outweighed influence on the lives and development of their children. In an age where children are often thought to be disrespectful of their parents, this survey shows that with certainty that is not the case. Nothing would make me contemplate my decisions more as a child than when I was told, "I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed," by my parents. I imagine we can all think back to experiences we had where the opinion of our parents or caretakers outweighed anyone else's very heavily, and children today are no different. Parents and caretakers are the single greatest influence on children. They crave your approval beyond that of anyone and anything else. William Glazer was an American psychiatrist. His innovations for individual counseling, work environments, and home highlight personal choice, personal responsibility, and personal transformation. He coined the term success identity, which is a person's self concept or self identity based on achievements, accomplishments, and positive experiences. When individuals have a success identity, they tend to view themselves as competent, capable, and effective in various aspects of their lives. The identity is shaped by successful outcomes, recognition, and affirmation based on their abilities and efforts. A few characteristics of success identity include a strong belief in one's abilities and competence, a willingness to set and pursue challenging goals, a positive outlook on personal accomplishments and achievements, and a resilience and determination to overcome setbacks and obstacles. Do we, as parents, often do things to foster a success identity in our children? Also defines a failure identity, which involves individuals who perceive themselves primarily through their failures, setbacks, or negative experiences. People with a failure identity may define themselves by their shortcomings, mistakes, or lack of success in specific areas of life. This perception can significantly impact the self-esteem, motivation, and overall well-being. Someone with characteristics of failure identity may have low self-esteem and self-worth based on past failures, fear of taking risks or pursuing new opportunities due to anticipated failure, a tendency to focus on past mistakes and negative outcomes, and a limited belief in one's ability to succeed and achieve desired goals. Your identity, according to Glaser, is determined by your ability to satisfy your need to be loved and feel worthwhile. Someone with failure identity might use phrases like I can't, or I have to, I should, or I shouldn't. It's impossible. Someone with failure identity might view tasks as inconvenient. This type of thinking holds us back and prevents us from showing up to be our best. On the other hand, someone with success identity will often say things like, I get to, or I can, I choose to, or there is always a way. People with success identity often take responsibility for their actions and believe they are capable of anything. This type of thinking is what sets us up for success. Do we as parents teach our children that they are loved? Do we help them feel values held by themselves and others? Do we foster a success identity in our children? Let's talk for a minute about growth mindset and fixed mindset. Statements like failure is the limit of my possibility, I'm either good or I'm not, and feedback and criticism are personal, are examples of someone with a fixed mindset. Statements like, failure is an opportunity to grow, I can learn to do anything I want, and feedback is constructive, are indicative of a growth mindset. How do we foster a growth mindset? Mindset can be done using the power of yet. Encouragement to succeed can be conveyed in yet statements. I can't do it and I can't do it yet have very different connotations. The use of yet encourages a growth mindset. Yet statements help us focus our attitudes and efforts rather than on outcomes. They also help students recognize their progress by attaching it to their attitude and effort. The power of yet helps children celebrate their progress, milestones, and achievements. Or do we use the power of yet with our children? Ways to foster a growth mindset can be to use positive connotations that include compliments that show children that their struggle is temporary and obstacles are meant to be overcome. Consider using statements like you are a smart kid who is having a difficult time with blank, or you are an accomplished student who needs help with a deeper understanding of blank. Separating your child's good defining characteristics from obstacles or challenges they may be struggling with can help them foster a growth mindset. I have been Cody Keeler, school-based trainer with ICANN. Please feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, or concerns. Thank you.